Hi YouTube, it's Hood Ninja again. It is 6/13/2011. Really don't know quite what time it is. I know this time down here ain't right. I'm thinking it's around 2:30. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick look. Here's one of the bigger comets that are making its near-Earth approach as we speak right now. And I already have the alignment set up to where you can see the alignment between the Earth, Sun, and Mercury, as well as this big comet making its approach. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit for you guys so you will see what's gonna happen. There you go, nothing to worry about. However, since we're back here on June 13th, we are having an alignment, and this is causing a gravitational or orbital resonance within our planet. Now, even though this thing here is estimated to be 4.5 kilometers in diameter, it's still, I think, close enough to us to have an effect, or for us to have an effect on it. Anyway, so that's what's going on. We're in alignment. This isn't the only one, by the way. There are about 3 other comets right now that are anywhere between 1.5 to 3.5 kilometers in diameter. This is the biggest one. Okay, I want to go ahead and bring you up here and show you where the fabled, well, it's not a fable, but I mean the comet that everybody's scared of. This is Comet Elenin, and this is where it's at. It hasn't even made it into Mars's orbit yet, but it will here by around June 20th to June 23rd. Also, notice while we are in alignment with Mercury here, Mercury, Venus, and Mars kind of got this little weird thing going on. They're not in alignment, but trust me, it's still having an effect on the small planet we live on now. I want to go ahead and look at this real quick, just to see what it looks like for you guys. So far don't look too bad. But I wanted to bring you back to the seismic activity increase today. There's a real-time magnetosphere. We've been getting moderate flares, or well, getting hit moderately. But anyway, I'm going to take you back to this now. I forecasted an increase in seismic activity on June 13th, 2011, due to the fact that we will be in an alignment, and these earthquakes that are going on are pretty normal. So I'm not going to necessarily say that I'm right. Normally, whenever I say that it's going to be an increase in seismic activity, that means that you will most likely see more earthquakes, and the ones that you do see will be more violent, more consistent. I almost wanted to say that there was going to be a 7.0 or greater somewhere on this day, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. Seems as if the biggest one we've had today would be the 6.4 in the Molucca Sea. But the day isn't over. Let's just put it like that. The sun is acting up. We had a beautiful CME the other day. Dr. Alex Young and Dr. Keith Strong both covered it, and they did a very good job of it. I would suggest going to their website and subscribing and taking a look at it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is the day is not over, and the chance for there to be a devastating earthquake is still possible. And I do get a lot of questions. A lot of people ask me, where is this going to happen? How big is it going to be? Well, I can sit and tell you by just simple observation that there will be increased seismic activity on certain days. I will not, however, be able to tell you exactly when and where and how big. I'm not a psychic. The only way that you can predict these types of things is, let's say, for instance, this fault line right here, it had a good I'm going to say it had a good eruption of about 6 earthquakes of around 6.0 in magnitude, if I recall correctly, happened back in 2004. So, with that being said, that means that there's already been a energy release on this fault line right here. Okay, now moving along, there's a fault line over here that for some reason is building up and building up and building up enough energy to consistently release 4, 5, and the occasional 6-point magnitude earthquakes. And as I've already told you in previous videos, this is the deepest and oldest known as, part of the ocean right here. And that's why I think these guys here are in major trouble. There was an article released from some of the guys in the scientific community saying that the fault line that went off was a great release of energy, but that it put stress on another fault line somewhere around here that it's made it likely to where it may go off. So we just had the 9.0 up here. Now they're afraid that there's one that's going to be as big, if not bigger, because this whole plate's shifting. There's weights, pressures, all that shifting, and what it's doing is increasing the speed of the energy being built up in all of these little fault line areas. So that's the only way that I can tell anybody on YouTube where one would possibly happen. So if you live anywhere near a fault line or on a fault line or in a seismic zone, it would be up to you to go and look up the history of that particular seismic area and find out when its last major eruption was, and that right there automatically will give you an idea of how much time it's had to build up energy for a good release. So for all you guys that are messaging me and telling me I'm wrong, I'm not I'm not trying to predict anything. I'm trying to point out where there's going to be more seismic activity, and I'm encouraging you as a YouTube viewer to go and do your own research. Go find out what fault line you're on. What was the last time it went off? How big was it the last time it went off? There usually is a cycle. If you can do enough research, you will know there's a lot of these fault lines have a cycle, and the San Andreas cycle is I can't remember it. It's a 22-year cycle, I believe. So we're good on it. We've got till 2020 something, I believe, before it goes off again with anything greater than a 6. However, the Madrid has not went off in around 200 years, and the last time that it did go off, it was a 7.0. Keep in mind that all the new weight from all the water, the floods, all the fracking and the wells that are going on around in this area has sped up the energy that is being stored up here. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know when the Madrid will go off, but it will be one of the most devastating earthquakes that America has ever seen, because this is all one big plate, and there was a iceberg up here, and it melted and slid down right about here where it set, and then it melted. And when it melted, the ground receded back up, and that's where the seismic activity came from, and they had multiple 7.0 earthquakes. So what I'm saying is, for you people living on, near, or around the Madrid seismic zone, whenever that water starts to recede, whenever all the floods start to go away, and all that weight that's on the Madrid area now, whenever that weight starts to recede, that's when I believe, in my opinion, you need to be very, very careful and aware of your surroundings, because that's when I believe that the Madrid will go off. So with that being said, guys, this is a seismic day. I haven't looked at HARP. I don't even really bother looking at HARP on these types of days, because, like I said, it's hard to tell the sun and the actual magneto, or the electromagnetic spectrum. I mean, they all affect HARP's charts, their data sheets. So on a day like today, when we have increased seismic activity because we're in an alignment and the sun's throwing off all these crazy CMEs, you can't really go and look at the HARP website and figure out, and pinpoint exactly what one it is. So anyway, with that being said, guys, please be careful. Please be aware of your surroundings. This is only the beginning. You're going to see something much worse later on this year. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Have a good day. God bless and peace.